All right, guys. So let me get. Oh, things muted. Okay. All right. Let's find Carbone. Right. Ba 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 bum 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 bum. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a party invite. We did that. That was the thing. Yeah. I was working on it. I was trying to mute all the tabs. I had Kirby open so I could hear him, and I guess the stream could hear him too. But you know,
Hey, buddy.
hey, buddy. So what's going on?
I
How's your ice cream?
I had trouble waking up today.
Uh, were
I
you
was
were,
tired.
were you on the Destiny bender, bro?
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad, man.
Do you have a problem? Is that what you're telling me? Is this going to be
I used to have a really bad Destiny problem, like really bad, and you know, you wake up naked in your neighbor's yard after playing Destiny for 15 hours, and you got to fix it.
I mean, at least it wasn't the diaper this time, because
Yeah,
no one still knows where you got that diaper from. Nobody.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Nobody. You know, oh,
I do. Oh,
Sugar's like, I know.
oh.
And go check the baby aisle up in the food line. All right, it's over there. Right, that's where he got it from. All right, so here's the thing, right? Like I've been like, I don't know. I know you're in some of these Facebook groups, right? Like I have.
I
Oh,
used to be. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I have some mind numbing experiences in there. Like people just get these ideas in their head, right? Like one of the things that I saw recently, or you'll see it all the time, is people talking about empty follows, and I know we kind of like got into that a little bit the other day. I don't know what the hell that is. What is an empty follow? Can I understand this? Because last I checked, I just went and looked on Mixer's front page, right, and like who's top streams right now. And you know what I saw?
Yeah.
I saw somebody with 78,000 followers who has 100 concurrent viewers. So are we just gonna say his 78,000 followers are empty? Cause like he's doing pretty well for himself as far as I know. Like he's making some good hand
Yeah.
over fist money, right? And
Um.
there's plenty of people out there like that. You think Jared's got 300,000 people watching him at any given time? Like I don't understand the empty follow concept. And like, you know, people are bitching about follow for follow or are giveaways worth it? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I'm like, who knows what you should do? Like it's your own version of success, right?
And that's it. That's it. There's no right formula, and I think saying empty follow, um, or follow for follow, what mine is with the empty follow, it's wrong. It's got to be the wrong terminology because, like, when someone comes in, they're like, "Yo, follow for follow." I'm like, no, because I'm probably not gonna go watch you. Because like
Right.
I follow after I enjoy myself watching something. That's like when people are like, "Yo, follow." If I'm in like a co and they're like, "Follow my co-host," or and I'm like, "Don't do that." And I'll joke. I'll be like, "I want people, not sheeple." Like, there's a tinge of truth to that because I want them to follow because they actually enjoyed what I was doing. You know?
See, I'm of a different ilk, right? Like I want my channel to be in their following feed. Like I want when they go to their
Mm.
tab, right? Like to me that's just them bookmarking a website. Like a follow to me is a bookmark. That's it. That's it. I want you to have a
Mm.
reference point to come find me. Now, I'm not saying everybody's got like 300 people that they're following like I do, right? Like I'm following hundreds of people. I don't go watch them all the time. I do enjoy their content when I get to pop in on them. Sometimes I just follow them because they're community members and they ask me, can I go check it? Can I, go check out their stuff? So yeah, I'll drop a follow on them. Sometimes I'll host them. I usually don't host anyone who I haven't seen perform. But that to me
Yeah.
is like the next level, right? Like if I enjoy your content, you go on my host list. Or you're in here for me to host later. I will promote
Mm-hmm.
you. That's that establishment. Your follow, and guys, everybody in chat, I love everybody who's in here who's spending their time with us. Don't think I don't appreciate your time. I want your follow more than anything. because I want you to think about me later. Even if you have to think about unfollowing me down the road, right? Like when people go and clear out their list, they have to make a decision. It means they're thinking about you again. I want to be in everyone's thoughts anytime you're on Mixer. That's my goal. I want to be in that Jared and Queen and Ship league where when you're thinking about Mixer, you're thinking about the top streamers on Mixer, and I want Infinite Power to be in that tier. That's my goal. That's what I want. Because with that, I have more influence to do things like giveaways and charity projects and community outreach and like helping promote other good quality streamers who are out there. I can't do that. I could have 100 followers and 100 concurrent viewers, and if I'm not getting any more follows, even if it's in a blink of an eye, I don't have that sphere of influence. Follower count to me is sphere of influence.
Okay. And so I can't argue with that. Like,
Thank you guys for the sparks.
Like, I can look at it a different way. Like, and that's where you said you're from a different, like, your channel's of a different ilk. Like, I can look at that and I'm gonna be like, yo, that works for you and that's awesome and this is how I do it. And like,
Oh, like that's the thing. Like we can talk about approaches, right? Because we have different approaches. So like, how do you view it? Like, how do you view your numbers? Like when you look at your numbers, when you're thinking about, I'm going to do this promotion, I'm going to offer. Well, every time you offer up free V-Bucks, Uncle Kirby, like, what are you thinking? Like, tell us what you're thinking. This ice cream's delicious.
The freshman year of college melted my brain, and I just hand out V-Bucks. So it's like, here you go, guys, take them.
One bad block ruined it all.
Yep. But no, when I look at my numbers, when I first started, definitely when I came to Mixer, and I had more of a air quotation professional approach to it. I looked at it, I was like, okay, so I have this many views. I want to keep at least 10% as follows. I want to know that I'm hitting this percentage, and that's how I used it to grow. And then now it's nowhere near 10. But that's how I looked at it. And I was just trying to keep it to where I was at least retaining a certain amount because I thought that was retention. And then I got into, well, shit, now it's concurrent views. And it's just, I look at numbers as a headache. I come out here and I see the funnies. I try to entertain. I try to give a place that people can go instead of Netflix because Netflix will eat your soul. There are 14 seasons of Criminal Minds, and my wife watches all of them twice a week.
Yikes.
All right. Fucking terrifying.
Let me see if I can get Oh, look at that. You see this picture-in-picture action right here? Okay. Well, I figure if I'm going to like have a video that I'm supposed to be showing, like the whole real face thing today, I was going to apply for my PAX West badges, and they were like, you need a video with your face in it. I'm like, but I'm a face-rig streamer. You cunts. Like, like, there's a reason, like, I want to have a cigarette right now. Because, like, I'm like, super fired up because I was reading all this Facebook crap, like, all this chatter. I'm like, I understand, like, everybody's got advice to give, but, like, I try to contextualize it as much as possible when I talk to people. Like, let me ask them this question. Let me see what they're about. Let me see where your goals are. You hear a lot of people like, I want to get to partner because I want to start making money for doing it. And it's like, okay, well, that's not a really good goal, right? Like, that's just not a good goal. It's, you know, like, I'm in that middle tier of Mixer streamer, and I'm just barely getting by being a full-time streamer. Like, there's other jobs in the mix there. I'm not just streaming. So it's enhancing my living, but the amount of work and time and energy put into it, like, I couldn't tell somebody to do what I've done in 2 years and have them reach that same amount of success because you can't bank on them to do things like huge charity projects or come up with like giveaway ideas or all the different things that we have done to try and like boost, right? It's going to be different for everyone. But if your goal is to make money, you have to treat it like a business to make money. and you have to go out and you have to spend money on travel, right? I want to like, I'm not gonna name names, but I was talking to another Mixer streamer earlier who was like, I don't have a lot of, and it's a partner, right? A partner larger than I, who is like, I've been struggling a little bit. I'm not even hitting 15 million sparks. Do you have any, like any ways of like helping me get over that hump? And like not asking me for sparks directly, but just asking like, do you have any ideas on how I can get this chunk that I need right before I go live? And I told him like, dude, you have got to invest in your community, right? And he's like, I don't have the means, I don't have the money. And it's like, well, we can sit here and talk about all the novel things that go on in streaming. Like, yeah, you can stream natively from your console. Absolutely. You can plug in a webcam to it. You can have a headset and a microphone, and you can start streaming. But if your goal is to be someone who makes money doing it, do you think you're going to make money without spending it?
No.
And that's this novel idea that people have. Like they're just gonna boom, blow up and be internet famous. You have to be stupid good at a game for that to happen. Stupid good, like elite tier, like a Tfue, like a Ninja, like that. You have to be dumb. That's why they get away with being unentertaining and still raking in millions, because they're not entertaining.
And have no personality.
Yeah, they got the personality of a brick, right? So, and that's not to say like I don't enjoy watching Ninja play. I do. I think he's fun as shit to watch play. But I could put him on mute and just put him up on a monitor. And I'm just as good watching him with audio. Like, I don't need to hear him talking a bunch of nonsense, because usually he's just salty, or he's making an excuse for this thing, or talking about this upcoming thing, which is all good. Like, we're streamers. We're supposed to promote. That's a big part of the job, right? Like, if you don't have any advertising background or broadcasting background, you may not understand the importance of us telling you, oh, hey, guys, by the way, enter this giveaway. Oh, hey, guys, be sure to check out this thing that we're doing. Like, that's a big point. But these people, they have it in their head like this. I always come back to pride, right? You want personal pride. Your brand does not give a fuck about your personal pride. Not a little bit. This is why the running gag is I will sell out for damn near anything, right?
Yes,
like I will. I will sell. I will play Overwatch for charity donations, and I loathe Overwatch. That's a running gag on this channel. You have to do those things.
But it shows that you will do what you have to do to succeed, which people will call it selling out. Like this, I'm joking about this upcoming week. I'm gonna sell my soul a little bit to play some Fortnite, but you gotta do what you have to do to succeed.
I mean, we all have a bottom line, right? Like, there's a bottom line, there's a threshold, and then there's where we'd like to be. I'm just trying to make bottom line most of the time, and if I can, when we turn it up for real life, that's a little different story. Like, that's me trying to go above and beyond, because that's my baby. That's what I want to see succeed. If I leave no other legacy on this planet, it's a real life project. That's my thing. Like that, everything I do in Mixer is ultimately planning for the next September. Period. That's what I do. That's me giving back to the community that has given me a reason to be here anymore. Because I was in that dark, suicidal place when we started the thing. Yeah. And now every year it's like, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this a little bit better. This year, a little bit more motivated. But, I mean, I wrote out to Christina today, trying to get a hold of Mixer Partners. We've got a store in Tampa, Florida that wants to do work with us. I reached out to the store here in Troy, Michigan, trying to get something going with them. Like, I'm going to be reaching out to corporate sponsors here soon, local affiliates, like people who may locally want to like run an event, host something, do something to raise a few. I don't care if it's $400. I had a comic store raise $400, right? And he was like, I'm sorry, this was all we were able to do. I'm like, dude, this is like a quarter of what we did on year one. No, don't be sorry. Like this, I appreciate your energy and your effort. Now, the next year, we will do a little bit better because more people know about it. I feel that same way about streaming. The more people know about you, the better chance that they'll come back to see you. Even if it's once or twice or 3 times, like they're coming back, they're going to give you that concurrent, they're going to give you that view, maybe during a view program, maybe they're going to drop you a sub just because, they got their tax check back or something like that, like try and earn a little bit more, like make your content worth it for them to come back. Is the giveaway example is, you're just like getting a whole bunch of empty follows. But if you're live when they hit that giveaway, and it's happened a couple of times for us so far, because we've been live so much, where they come by and they happen to catch you in a funny moment or having a killer play, and all of a sudden they're like, Oh, okay, let me watch this dude for a minute. All you're looking for is
Yep.
a series of opportunities, right?
And that's what was it? The what's the one for Tampa? The store that's looking at. By the
Um,
way.
that's Solace's project. Solid, like from Level Zero Media. He lives down in Tampa now, and we had tried to get the Microsoft Store to like do a live event for Real Life.
Mhm.
Whether it was a tournament or me just streaming from there. But he kind of took that idea and went down to Tampa and was like, "Hey, do you guys want to be involved?" And they were really excited about it. So now we're trying to coordinate between Tampa and Detroit and seeing if everybody wants to, work together. And we have to get Mixer involved because Mixer partners, like we want to.
Yeah.
They're talking about bringing in the Florida Mixer partners to come do shoutcasting and tournament and stuff, and we're talking about doing the same thing here, like. So we would be broadcasting live from the store. Like for us, it's in the middle of a mall, like the big fancy mall in the area, right?
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so so we would actually have live performance, and we had a couple of other opportunities with some of the local conventions, and I was talking about
Mhm.
like maybe getting cosplayers out there to come like wrangle people in from the mall and come check out what we're doing, maybe throw a few bucks in the pot, have it host a tournament, maybe like I was thinking about doing like some shout casting, but not in the traditional sense. But if they ever get that live host thing up and running and working
Mhm.
correctly, and I'm not, make sure I don't care if you care that I'm saying about it because it shows up on the screen now. If
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
been there
it's
for a
not a
hot minute.
secret, guys. The
Yeah.
live hosting is a thing, and it's just a matter of all the things working out. But I would love to be at the Microsoft Store and then use the Real Life channel that we've built to go
How
host people and
dare you.
shoutcast people while I'm in the store, and like we can do like
That would
pan outs,
actually be really
shots, and like
cool.
yeah. So like I've got some really cool ideas that I want to tie in with it, but it's little going back full circle to what we started with. That's the kind of stuff that people you need to be creative if you want to blow up. You have to go outside of the box. You have to network. Like, think about all the different people in the giveaway right now. How many people network? And don't forget that we had people tell us no, they didn't want to be a part of it. We went through like 45 partners before we got to this group that we have, maybe 50. So yeah, like it's no joke. Like you're out there, you got to get that hustle game going. But you
Like,
but you don't have time to worry about where the follows come from or where the views come from. I don't care if someone view bots me with 6 of their bots. I don't give a damn. Give me 6 concurrent.
yeah,
You know?
add to it. That number looks good. And if it's, I mean, shit, even with bots, dude, they're authorized.
They're
Like,
authorized. Yeah.
they're
Yes.
actual accounts.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Like,
We can sit here and do co-streams and host. Like I don't know if you noticed, but we're making like we've gone since the program started again. We're going through the stream team first, like every single time. Like I want to give you my 26, 50, whatever it ends up being views, like on a drop. That's what I want to do. Like that's me
Yep.
looking out, paying it forward, right? Like
yeah,
if I
yeah.
can host someone that I can monetize a little bit, here you go, right? And extending that olive branch over and over and over again to different groups, and even like you never know what somebody's situation is, right? Like the streamer that I was talking about, who's asking about the Sparks thing. No, you wouldn't think that he's struggling if you looked at his numbers raw. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't. So you never know what someone's going through. So you reach out and you hang out and you chat. Like I know I'm notorious for hosting and ghosting too, but when I get in a chance, like before a stream, pop in, say hi for a few. Like support that community. Talk to, and here's something for your other streamers: don't just talk to the streamer. Talk to his community. Talk to his moderators. Talk to the chat.
everybody.
Talk to the chat. You'll have a much better time building relationships with that. Be funny. Be Kirby, right? Like you can't be Kirby because Kirby's a murderer and you'll go to jail for that. He gets away with it, But you can be entertaining even in text. And if you're slightly entertaining in somebody's chat without mentioning that you're a streamer, they're going to be interested in you.
Yep.
Come back a couple of times. Then in DMs, slide in and go, "Hey, I'm also a streamer. I was wondering, like, if you have any pointers, anything." Like, you can ask the generic. I know, I'm sure you get it all the time too. Like, can I get some pointers? Can I get some help? Like, what do you think I should do? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Establish
Hey, I'm
goodwill.
just starting Mixer. What do I do?
Yeah,
Go live.
go live. Go live.
Go
Right.
live.
Like, I mean, there's so much misinformation out there too. Like, I'm sure you've heard like some of these things, like follow for follows, empty follows. You're right. You're right. It is empty follows. Now, here's the thing. Again, I'm asking you to bookmark my page. I've done follow for follow a very minimal amount, right? I did about 100 follow for follows last year, right after we got partnered, because I wanted to keep moving the numbers up. The thing that I learned about it though is like when I went to go post follow for follow, like when I went to go do it, I would do it
Yeah.
right before I went live, and put my channel link in there,
Yeah.
and then they click on it, and then I'm live, and then I'm engaging them, and I tell them like I'll put even little caveat in there, like just like you can ask me in the chat, but mention the Facebook group. And as soon as they mention the Facebook group, I'll ask them, hey, how long have you been in that Facebook group? Have you found any good pieces of advice in there? Is there anything that's working for you? Is there anything that's not working
Yep.
for you? And engage them.
Hook, line, sinker.
You have to
That's it.
engage your audience, but people don't do that. And like that's the thing about follow for follow that I never get. Like, yeah, sure, it's empty follows if you're just sitting there and like clicking links and not ever actually going back. But you know, like same thing with our giveaway. There's a bunch of links there. You have the opportunity to go view these awesome streamers and go see their content and have a discussion with them. It's up to you to engage them. And if you do, great. If you don't, well, that's fine. Maybe you're not a streamer. But if you are a streamer and you're clicking all these links and you're not trying to engage and network with other like-minded people, what the fuck are you doing with yourself?
Why are you on it? Like, and that's I got asked last night. It was like, why do Mixer streamers read their chat compared to Twitch?
Mm.
Oh, what
Uh-oh.
the hell did I just do?
Kirby just bricked on me.
That
Literally.
was sweet. I think I'm about to brick again. Hold on. Yep, there it goes.
Oh,
Here's
God.
that brick.
Oh, no. House.
Yeah, right.
You mighty.
But they were asking why we read our chat more than Twitch, and it's like because it's supposed to be Mixer actually wanted to be one of those platforms. It's based on the engagement, like, and that's and already that's a basic thing of streaming. Why wouldn't you engage your chat? I mean, unless you are, those big ones, Tfue, Ninja, all of them, and you're sitting there with fucking 50,000 people just putting Y all the way down, or just bricks of chat that make no sense.
Makes it a lot easier to interact.
Oh, yeah.
And
So-
FTL is another thing, right? Like we talk about people's fleeting attention. If you've got to wait 5 or 10 seconds for a reply, like you can't really have a good conversation if you're living in the past, right? So that's part of the whole FTL process is to be engaging. And I know you've had those channel 1 hosts and then the feature and then just blown up over the course of a day, but you're still actively trying to engage those people, and then your mods are trying to keep the riffraff out so you can. Like that's just, I think that's how we train ourselves, is to be engaging. If you're just sitting there playing a game and you expect people to watch you to play a game, you had better be good. Like really incredibly talented. Otherwise, if you're not entertaining, and that's, I don't know, some of these people I've watched stream, they have monotone voices, they have no inflection whatsoever, they have just overall kind of like lax attitudes. Like, I want to be a streamer, but I don't know what to do. Well, what are you doing to do something about that? Like, what are you doing to improve your performance? Because ultimately that's what we are. We're salesmen and we're performers, right? There's a reason they call us influencers. Because the same way that Britney Spears can hold up a Pepsi can and sell, millions and millions and millions of bottles, we hold up our Lucid Sound headphones, or our fancy gaming chairs, even though I don't have one yet, or whatever the case might be. Like game we're promoting, that's the salesman part of it. But we're also supposed to be these performers. Here we are. We're doing our song and dance for you. Maybe I'm having a good day on Fortnite, and that's carries most of the weight, and some days I have a bad day and I have to make fun of myself. So if you're not if you're not doing something for the audience, why should the audience do a goddamn thing for you? Including coming back to your channel when you do a follow for follow, or when you do a giveaway, or when you do a thing, right? If you do a giveaway, you're supposed to hook them in for a little while. You're not supposed to go, giveaway. Yeah. I gave you the stuff away. It's follow me. We'll hit a milestone. Follow me. in an hour, we'll do blah. Follow me, we'll do this. And you make them wait for it before giving them the good. If you just give them the goods, why are they going to stay followed? You're going to watch 10 unfollows. Of course you are.
And that's where the other night I actually gave away V-Bucks, but I did it real fast and quick because I wanted everybody who liked V-Bucks to leave. Just so you guys know, I wanted y'all to know that.
I needed you gone.
Yeah, I needed y'all out of there. Wow, especially you. So, anyways, I'm sorry, Yoshi. A little
Definitely
bit.
that guy.
No, you. But yeah, no, I really think I was using the wrong terminology when I'm like, when I say, empty follow, it's more of like a inflation that you hope kinda works out, like maybe a follow. All right, I want to turn it around. All right, a follow for follow is a Hail Mary. What do you think? Like,
I can go with that. I also think it's
Yeah.
an easy place for people to start. Like, it's almost a running play in a sense, right? Like,
yeah,
because you can just hand the ball off and you don't have to worry about it, right?
Yeah.
To me, like a Hail Mary, like you're hoping and praying that they do. I get that part of it. To me, a Hail Mary is where you put yourself on the line and you put risk into it. Follow for follow has no risk, right? You're just sticking your name out there and you're basically throwing a dart. And like that's a lot of what we do. Throw darts, right? Just hope something sticks and hope you hit a bullseye. Right? To me, like a Hail Mary is me throwing down $1,000 on the First Free Life campaign to raise $1,500. You know, like that hopefully will get some traction. Hopefully will network well. Hopefully will do well by the charity, by the platform. That to me, that was a Hail Mary that paid off, and then we're paying it forward, and we're continuing to do it. The giveaway that we're doing right now, I wouldn't call that a Hail Mary. That's probably like a nice crossing route, right? Like we're just we've got some great receivers out here who are doing a lot of good work. Let's make them do work together to stir up the defense and make some magic happen, right? We'll go a little bit deeper, but we're in control of a reeling defense, right? Follow for follow. Mm-hmm. Here, take this. Le'Veon, take this. Take this to the house for me. You know what? Like 50 plays of that, he's going to go 2 yards. He might get negative yards, right? Like you're going to get those unfollows. You're going to get that. Every once in a while, you're going to go to the house, right? Like I've done a couple of them. Like I said, I did that about 100. It was a test thing. And I wanted to see how many retained. Like I only had 3 unfollows from it. And I had 10 people become regulars. 10. Now, granted, I know some of that is clout chasing. I'm not stupid. I can see a clout chaser a mile away. It's not hard. And I'm not even saying I have a lot of clout. But, you know, perception is reality. And this goes back to why follower count is important. People look at your follower count. They look at your view count. And they determine your importance on that. And that's not just the sponsors. That's your fucking viewers, too. Tell me things that change for you when you cross the 1,000 threshold. When you cross the 5,000 threshold. Now, there are external factors of that. But your community perpetuates itself, little steps at a time. And as the numbers grow, it gets a little bit easier to get more and more and more and more numbers. It's like fucking hungry hippos at that point.
Mm.
I mean, that's my perception of it. Like, again, I'm living from within my own shell. I don't have previous Twitch experience. I just have my Mixer experience and going balls to the wall from the gate.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
No, I'm not. Like, I waited. I was in a podcast before that, bro.
I served.
Yes.
I remember Twitch. It was the way it was told to me is like I did 3 years on Twitch, and that was basically to get a degree, okay? And then I came over here.
That's fair.
And I started doing it like more professionally, definitely. I actually had a mint company that was like, we do energy mints. We want to give you the sponsorship or whatever. And I'm like, cool. They're like, we're going to check out your stuff. And I'm like, sweet. I'm over on Mixer. Here's my name. They went to Twitch.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, they saw, and that's one thing you got to remember is the way you carry yourself on stream. You may think it's hilarious and funny, but you have to, and that's like one group this morning that was talking to me. They're like, "Yeah, we want to start streaming, but we don't know if we're PC enough for Mixer." And I'm like, "Look, I'm a Mixer, and it's not like that I'm not PC or anything. It's just the fact that I'll say jokes, I'll crack, it's fun, but you have to remember when you're talking, this is the internet. Once it's on the internet,
It's
it's on the
forever.
internet." Yep.
Yep.
So, I was like, just talk like you're at a job or something, you know? Like you can make jokes, but you have to remember who's around. Because they went to Twitch and they came back to me a day later and go, "Hey, yeah, love your content. You're a bit much. Sorry. We're going over here."
Bop bop.
And yeah, don't encourage him. That's Chase. We can't
That's all you get.
encourage him.
That's all you get, though.
Well, yeah, that's all you get. I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and maybe like I don't know. You've come from growing on 2 different platforms, right? How long were you with Twitch for?
3 years.
3 years, probably. I thought that was it. So you've been streaming for 5. How big did you get your Twitch following before you decided to make your Mixer switch over? I'm just curious.
I was only at 600 followers.
600 followers over 3 years.
Followers.
And I'm sure over the course of that time, you went out and you sought some advice, yeah? Like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So what's some bad advice you got? Because that's kind of what we're talking about. Like, what's bad advice? Like, what is just stupid shit people will tell you that's just factually untrue?
I would go and I would look at other streamers and be like, see how they had it set up. And this is when you go into a chat and the bots, it used to be cool. Like, for some reason, people thought it was the right thing to do. You enter a chat. You don't. You're just lurking. You're just trying to chill. Yo, 9, thank you for those sparks, dude. You would just try to chill and watch and just see, right? Because, like, I'm more of a visual. When people start telling me what to do, right out one ear, right out the other. Like, but I would watch, and as I entered these streams, the bots instantly in my face, like, "Hey, welcome to the stream. Look, follow this, follow Twitter, follow Instagram, go here, do this," and I'm like, but everybody was doing it, so I was like, okay, yeah, I can try that out. I did it and failed. Failed's the one that got me into streaming. He was the one I was going with last night. He was like, he came into my stream, I think, and my bot went off, and he goes, "Cut that the fuck out," which was probably the best advice I've gotten, because lurkers make the world go around, and lurkers though are very, very skittish.
Mm-hmm. They just want to view. Some people aren't into the interactivity, and since we push it and preach it so much, it's easy to lose track of that. That those lurkers, they just want you to be Netflix for them.
That's it. That's literally it. When I was making my partner push, I kept putting late night face of Mixer because I was like, "Look, I'm the Letterman of Mixer. I mess around with interns. I mean, I say my funnies. You laugh and you fall asleep watching. You know, and that's pretty much what my stream is. So, I don't know. I think one of the worst things I did though, or picked up on, was the obnoxious bot. That's pretty much it.
The over the top bot.
Otherwise, yeah, the over the top bot.
I see people talking about how and why they should network, what the best ways are. That's something that comes up a lot, and that's, I think, when people try to give the best advice for how someone should behave socially. That's a mistake, right? Just inherently having the conversation is the mistake without getting some requisite information, right? I need to talk to you about who you are, what your goals. If I don't know what your goals are and I'm telling you what, like, example would be if Skittles, starts getting into streaming hardcore and I don't know anything about him, but I tell him every plot point of how I got to where I'm at without considering where he wants to be and where he wants to go. then I have done him a disservice because I've given him bad advice. If you just want to have a small guild-sized community, you know, maybe 50 to 100 to 150 people total, you're going to probably have a concurrent active viewership of about 10, you know.
10.
And that's fine. That's perfectly, you'll have a follower count of about 800. You know, 100 will be active, maybe, and 10 will show up regularly. Right? There's no way of getting to the heart of somebody's desires without asking them more questions. Like, people ask very broad spectrum questions. And I think that's a failure on understanding the craft that you're getting into. Like, it's so easily accessible at this point to just go be a YouTube star, or go be a Twitch star, or go be big on Mixer, or go check out DLive, or Facebook streaming, or YouTube gaming, or this, that, or the other thing. Like, TikTok is blowing up now, and everybody's trying to be an internet star on that. Instagram stars, all that crap, right? Everyone sees that, and they think to themselves, and this is one that grinds my gears. Streaming isn't a real job. I can just do this.
Yeah,
I can just do this to make some part-time money, and I'm not going to have to do anything but play games. I could do an entire show on why you're fucking stupid for thinking that. It is a lot of goddamn work, people.
Yeah.
Like that, and that.
Nothing that's just simple, done, and over.
I get so triggered about that all the time, right? Like, I know what I do. I'm
right there with you on that.
I have what equates to an associate's degree in multimedia in the 2 years I've been streaming. You guys have seen the videos I make, the animations I do. I knew dick all before 2 years ago when I started streaming. I didn't know how to use Photoshop or After Effects or Premiere Pro. I did no Audition. I have an audio engineering degree, full disclosure. Let me tell you something. Audio and video are nothing a fucking like. Nothing. They are two completely different ends of the spectrum that have to come together and be part of a presentation. And that's not even getting into the difference between video editing and animation. I didn't understand that before. Now I fucking do. Don't even get me into 3D modeling. That's a whole nother animal. Whole nother beast. Oh yeah, Scoot. Like, well, that's the thing. We're just talking about bad streaming advice and bad concepts that streamers and new streamers like put together, and they convince themselves that this is right?
This is a good, yeah.
And then
this is a good idea.
And then they get themselves in these little tribes, right? And it becomes this political bullshit, right? There's well, follow for follow is fine. Well, if you follow for follow, you're not a real streamer. Who the fuck are you to determine if somebody's a real streamer based on one Facebook post?
See, the way that people attack it, all right, me, follow for follow isn't my necessary style, but I'm not gonna just I wouldn't say that someone's not a real streamer because they do follow for follow. I wouldn't say that. I would just be like, yeah, that's not really my cup of tea. I like to be able to just check out people. Like, if you say you're a streamer, I could check you out or something, but yeah, I am gonna have to follow them at that point. But with me, it's if they have a good conversation in the chat while I'm going, and they're like, and it comes up, and I'll be like, yo, do you stream? And they'll be like, yeah. And I might, if, you know, depending on the day, I might click on it, hit follow. And then I could check them out later. Right. And that's because we had, a
conversation. There was some dialogue.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that the first time you come in, like Scoot's saying, like, follow me. Like, don't come into my channel making demands of me. That's never going to work, right? That's never going to work for any of us. We all got our own shit going on. We all got our own time. You don't know.
Fuck, you got me. I followed him.
You don't know what my time commitments are. I don't know what your time commitments are. I can't promise that I can come watch you at an hour that you stream because I might be sleeping. I might be up at the Microsoft store. I might be going and doing, like, handling the business, right? I have shit to do too. If I get the opportunity to come check you out, I will. If you're a member of my community and don't do it on the first talk to me. Do it down the road a little bit. Get to know my community. Like I said, engage with my chat, engage with my mods, engage with me. Have a conversation about anything not related to streaming first. And then when you come and go, hey, by the way, whisper me, hey, by the way, I'm a streamer. Would you mind coming and check me out sometime? Yeah. If you do it in chat, depends on the mood you caught me in, I might still do it.
Yep.
I might go, hit me up in Discord. I will divert people to get them to join my Discord and start the conversation that way. Discord is the best way to private message me anyway. You want a personal request? Hit me up in my DMs. That's sensible communication skills. I feel like everyone who does streaming or who wants to get into streaming should have some baseline business communication skills. Because the second you start engaging with people who are partners or people who have the desire to make it a business model or a career for themselves, even if it's a part-time career, you're still going to be doing it for the long haul. If you have that desire, you need to treat it as such, and you need to communicate effectively. And if you're coming in my chat and going, yo, N, can you come drop a follow on me and check me out sometime? No. Hey, furry, you should watch me. I'll show you how streaming's really done. Okay, I'll come watch you.
Fury, no, don't watch this Fury. Watch it and then link their chat. Oh fuck! At least once or twice every time I'm in a co-stream with you.
And I don't mind, like, it's okay, like, I'll joke about it. I have no issues. Like, I've been enduring it for a year. I don't care. Like, there are points where I'm already upset with Fortnite, or I've had a slew of blueberries that day, and my patience is already worn thin. And it's like, oh my God, could you put the second R in there for fuck's sake? Please put the second R in there. And also, your is YOU''RE. How are you going to let a dog teach you the English language, you idiot? Troll. That's exactly it. You know?
My cap card's messing up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Drake, is my Xbox audio not coming through? Oh, that's because I don't
Scoot, that hurt
have
me.
it right here. Shit. Okay. Plus
Dead.
video.
All right, while Kirby fixes that, I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll be right back, guys.
Add existing source. Put this all the way at the bottom so you can't see it. Oh shit, I need him to say his ABCs. I gotta stop fucking with this stuff.
All right, you get your capture card figured out? Are you done burning down the world? No.
I think so. I gotta make sure. Can you hear him now, Drake? Good to go? Sweet. Yeah, I got it.
Sweet. One of the other things, like, really bugs me too about, like, advice giving, right? Like, I do a podcast about giving advice, right? I don't try to, like, specify it or narrow it down or anything. It's just, here's some broad stroke stuff. You kind of got to figure it out all yourself. But when you're getting into, like, these Facebook groups, Reddit threads, wherever, like, I've seen it in Twitter, I've seen it all over social media, like, people talking to each other, which is fine. Like, ask your favorite streamers what they did to get to where they're at. One of the things I think is a mistake is, like, when someone asks for, like, a specific piece of advice, like, how can I improve my stream? Like, they make it personal. Like, not what is the best way to approach streaming? That's kind of broad stroke, right? But what can I do to grow my numbers? What can I do to maximize my opportunities? What can I do? Me, my channel, right? That thing.
Yeah.
The people giving the advice don't fucking bother to look at their channel. Right? If I'm going to respond to a thread to somebody, where's your link? Where is your link? Give me your link. Give me a link to one of your VODs. Please. I'm not going to watch the whole VOD. I'm not going to watch 4 hours of you playing. But I'm going to look at your branding. I'm going to look at your channel images. I'm going to look at your profile. I want to see that your bio is done. I want to see that you are maximizing what you have, the resources that you have available to you. And if anybody wants to take streaming seriously and you can tell me that you don't have the $7.99 to get Mixer Pro and get Lightstream even though you stream from a console, I'm going to tell you you're wasting your time because you're not even willing to invest $8 a month in your passion. That's it. That is it. Like, if you are not willing to make your channel look good, look professional, you still have the blue robot picture even though you're a streamer. What are you doing?
I don't think I'd ever understand that part. I've seen a part. Yo, Grim, Spark Hype, let's go.
Let's do it. Thank you, Grim.
I don't think that I will ever understand because I've seen it before. We have partners with the Blueberry emblem, which I don't know whether it was a joke.
How?
I hope it was a joke, but you never really know. Yeah.
I am the hype.
But I mean, it was a thing. It was a fucking thing, and I'm just sitting there like, how the absolute hell?
No modifications to it whatsoever. Just, I'm a blueberry.
No, it was just a blueberry. I'm thinking about doing it. Let's make a blueberry month. Everybody's a blueberry. You're all going to be treated equally.
Man,
I was somebody with the purple one. It might have been purple. I'm colorblind. Like, that's an actual thing. But holy shit. It was, I don't know.
Them blueberries and berry blues. And that's okay. Everyone starts with that, right? You can start there. But if your next step is to go to some, if you can't look at another channel, here's doesn't matter what walk of life or how you want to take streaming, right? Kirby was right earlier on the nose when he said emulation, right? You didn't say the word emulation, but you're like, instead of asking for advice, I went around to different channels to see what I liked and what I didn't like. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. But I guarantee you one of those streamers that you really, really enjoy has a fucking profile picture, a biography, and some basic channel imaging, an overlay, whatever Streamlabs resources they're able to do. And don't tell me you can't have that because you don't have a PC and you don't have the money for a PC. There's Lightstream. $8 a month. You can afford $8 a month. Don't buy 2 Starbucks coffees. Don't buy a pack of smokes. Don't buy a 6-pack of beer, whatever the case is. Just spend it. If you don't invest in yourself, what the fuck are you doing? Why? How do you think?
No, I'm gonna get my burr.
How do you grow? How do you grow with it? You will grow in the belly with that beer. You know what you could grow financially if you just spend a little bit on making. You wonder why you've been streaming for fucking 4 years and you've got 120 followers. Do you want to know why? Because you're still using a default avatar and your stream looks like crap. No one can see you. They want to interact with you. They can't. There's nothing to interact with. It's just a computer screen or your projection from your TV, and that's it. You're just playing PUBG. Good for you. I know lots of people who play PUBG. What are you doing for me? I'm your audience. What are you doing for me? Because that's how audiences are. What are you doing for me? What do you do for me? Why should I continue to come back and spend? You're asking people to spend their most precious commodity, their time. What are you doing to make their time worth it? Because everybody's time is worth money. I'm about $50 an hour. I ain't big, but I ain't cheap either.
Right.
So if I'm willing to give you my time, what are you doing for me? I can come watch Kirby's channel and I will laugh my ass off for hours on end, and I'm thrilled about that. I can go watch Grimlock. I'll get a few chuckles, and I'll learn about some games I've never seen, and he'll explain it to me in a way that I can understand. Right? I'll go. Yeah, that's it.
That's the cool thing about the different ones, though, because you have that the style of different streamers. You got the ones that my gameplay. All right, so when I play COD. And I'm in multiplayer, I'm going to go off. It's just what I do. It's what I've worked myself to be able to do.
Especially on elevators.
Yeah. But if I'm on anything else, it's a hit or miss. I could be really good at the game or I could be really bad at it. But I got humor. That's what my channel is. My channel is there for the laughs. But then you go to a different channel, and I know when I talk about me and Failed, you watch Failed to learn. You watch me to giggle at butt jokes, okay? That's it. It's you got the Discovery Channel and Comedy Central.
Right.
But it's really cool to have that and have that variety to go to, because like there's some days I'm like, shit, I don't know what games are coming out. What can I do? I could go to Grim. I could go to Failed. I could be like, what's that right there? Oh, by the way, hold on 1 second. Red said, I want the blueberry treatment. Haha. Hold on a minute, Red. Boom. That's a 5-minute corner sit. Get good, nerd.
I don't know why the bot banned you, Nine, but I just unbanned you. I just got the sickness must be purged sound effect. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Sorry.
What did you say?
I don't. Truth, lol. I don't know what happened, but my bot banned you.
Dare
How dare I? I
lol.
didn't do it. It was automated. I promise. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Oof. What were the words that you couldn't say? Because I kept saying them one night, and I was just counting the
Inv. Why? Yeah, that's the one. Inv is the one that'll get you.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Yoshi. Don't you do it. Power Plant's dead, man.
Yeah.
I don't have Power Plant. I don't have that account. That's that left with the other half, I guess. So there's no more Power Plant. He's dead. Now just Infinite Power handles everything. I don't even have a bot account. It's just boom there. So yeah, I like that mix it up, like kind of handles all of that in one. Like I can whisper them as the streamer. Everything can handle from the white name, and then they don't have to worry about the sea of green. Like, granted, I want them to pay attention to the sea of green, but I've noticed more and more people just aren't, right? They're not even reading chat anymore. They're just looking at the screen, and that's it. I've been trying to like cultivate people a little bit. Like, here are some things you should know, and like I feel like I've been explaining that the names in green are names you need to pay attention to a lot lately. Right. Like, yeah, even when they get added, like Sugar had this problem yesterday, and not that the person was a bad person or anything, but like didn't understand that sound effect that was coming through their ear was someone talking to them in chat, targeting them. That's why you're hearing that sound effect. You need to listen, because especially if it's in a green name, if you see a green name and your name in blue next to them, they're talking to you, and probably about something important. You know? It like that, and that's another thing, like with streamers, poor advice. Like, you tell people to let their friends be their moderators, which is a decent place to start, but you can build some decent loyalty out of just making someone have a little responsibility in your channel. Like, they feel a little bit more integrated in your community.
That's one thing I have to do, is I have to work on, because I have a big mod team, and the thing is, though, like, it's gotten to where some advice is don't let other streamers be mods, because they're focused, like, I can see the good and the bad in it. Like, hold on a second. A husky just got put in my room. Hi, baby.
He called me baby. What a sweetheart. I'm so touched in all the wrong ways. Lost them.
Okay. But yeah, no. But it was like, don't have other streamers as mods, because the way that like it's puts a strain on them, because they're like, shit, I want to be there, I want to mod for that person, but I also want to build my stuff, you know, and like it feels like it's an extra burden on them, and I could see the good point of that, but then again, I could also see how you have those that are on different schedules from you. You have those that just want to support you also because you've helped them get to where they are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they want to be able to return it in some way.
Yeah, and
so
I don't disqualify anyone based on whether or not they stream. It's tough, because being a streamer and going and modding for somebody else, like I have more stringent rules than a lot of people do, because I'm just trying to like be cognizant of that public image thing, right? So when I go into your channel, or if I go into Toucan's channel, I tend to like maybe smack a delete or smack a timeout a little bit before maybe they would in their own channel or you would in your own channel. But that's because I'm invested in the channel. I'm a fan of both of yours as much as I am your friend, your stream teammate, whatever. We work together. So I'm just trying to protect your brand. But I have no problem. Like, if someone asks me to mod for them, I'll say yeah, but don't expect me to be a regular one. Like, I am happy to have the functions when I'm in chat. Just don't have a lot of expectation of me to be there regularly, because I'm trying to network with. I got to keep my network that I have, right? You know, we have the stream team, and then we have other stream teams, and then we have other people that we work with regularly, and then even then you're still trying to branch out and make new connections and stuff. So my viewing time is like, maybe I pop in here 15-30 minutes at a time when I do, like, and then I'm off to the next thing. I'll leave the light on for you. You can have the host by all means. I'm gonna go pop around and say hi to a few other people. Like, that's just kind of how I operate, and like, it's how you expand. Like, you have to. It's like a game of Risk. You have to tactically expand. You can't just take over all of Asia and expect to hold it the entire game. You start with Australia and then you work your way north. Like, that's how you do it. You know, like, you got to do little bits and pieces. But like, I'm not going to disqualify anyone based on the fact that they're a streamer. Like, if anything, if they're a younger streamer, I can kind of like groom them in a way that is like mirrors my own image, and maybe they'll grow from that. They can still have their own thing and do their own stuff, have their own rules, absolutely. But when you're in my channel, I need you to even if you're a little bit more lax, I need you to be a little tighter here. Or even if I'm a little bit more lax, I need you to not be quite so tight. And I don't like to call people out unless they're repeat offenders, right? Like, I like to consider myself an educator. So like, I'll try to coach them through it, but if it's like the same issue over and over, like Sugar has had this with her mods,
Yes,
I know I've had it with
Goku.
mine.
I'm
like,
a
it'll
green
be the same person
dinosaur.
having the same issue, getting triggered about the same thing
Can I
over and
write
over and
you?
over again. It's like, you leave your shit at the door, mod.
Yep.
Leave your shit there.
And
Your shit does not belong here.
I've had that where, like, it's people that have had problems in other streams that both watch mine, and they'd come to me and they'll like DM me on Discord about it. They'll be like, "Look, I have this problem." I'm like, "Well, you don't fucking have it here,
Right.
and if you do, the door's that way."
Right.
You know,
Right. And that's
like
that's why I
you
talk
gotta
to
cut
you.
it out.
That's why I talk to you guys about like the different things that like creep up, right? Like, I told you, like, my latest campaign, I hate the word trash. I just think it's like lazy and stupid and kind of just bad attitude to have. We had a conversation about people using the war cry. I can't stand that fucking thing. It's a douchey move. We talk about like using gay as a pejorative. We've talked about a whole bunch of different things. But the point is, I'm talking to you guys. If you guys want to let it go, fine. I don't have a problem with that. In my channel, I'm not okay with it. Like, I don't want that. I have special needs cousins. I have fantastic gay friends. I have all these people in my life, and I want them to have a comfortable space, right? We can joke. We can trade barbs. Lord knows we do. Like, you, me, Kurt, or like freaking Toucan, King. Oh God, do we pick on King? And then all of our members of the community, they're all in on it though, right? Like, but if you're gonna come in and make an impression by being a shithead, you don't know me like that. Get to know me, and then we can have that dialogue, right? Like, that's I don't mind having that interaction with you, but you got to get to know me and get in my good side first. And if you just come out the gate swinging like, man, you're an idiot furry. Well, you're the idiot because you spelt fury, and you're incorrectly again. So when you work with people, and that's whether it's mods or other streamers, you have to kind of like, especially in the environment that we have with co-streaming, you have to have those conversations with people. You have to be willing to open up dialogue, whether it's on a Discord call or even in text. Just, hey, this is how I normally stream. This is some stuff that is kind of a little different from maybe the rest of the platform, right? Like, we all kind of have standards, right? Don't talk about age, avoid religion and politics, even though like all of us break that shit all the time. But just generally things here's there, and then here's some popular things that are going on. Like, Grimlock came to me and was like, the way, not cool, right? So I sat down and like with him off stream in his chat and had a conversation with him and the person who had a problem with it, and we talked about it. Like, why is the way a problem for you? Oh, well, it's this racist cartoon. Well, it's not, but here's where we differ, and if it offends you, I won't use it. But I can't tell people who are subscribers from my channel not to use my emote in your channel. Like, I can't control that. It's my emote. It's there. It exists. You guys want to delete it? Here's the text line that you can just ignore. You can make your bot auto delete it. That's fine. Here's exactly what it is. That's fine. Make it go away. If you don't like that, I respect your place with it, but that doesn't happen without the dialogue. And if you're not willing to,
Yep.
I don't understand these people who are just like looking for a co-stream on like Mixer Streamers Network page on Facebook. Like, why are you just gonna co-stream with some random anybody? You don't know what they're about. You don't know what they're gonna
Oh,
say.
you never do that because, say, like, you go into that co-stream and you have a nice, positive community, and the next guy over, he's like, "All right, guys, so the clan rally's on Friday," and you're like, "Wait, what the fuck? Where am I? What's going on?"
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't take that risk.
We're in a communications driven industry. Communicate with each other. Communicate with the people who are in the know. And like it's important to like kind of like be an attentive listener and have this give and take. It's also important to be able to convey your messages accurately, right? Like here's why I don't like this, here's why I do like this, here's what we're about, here's what we're not about. If you can't accurately kind of present that or generally present the vibe, then you're already having, if you have that miscommunication early on, like how the hell are you going to co-stream together? You're just going to be trampling on top of each other. And then you're going to get into a bicker fit because one person did one thing the other one didn't like.
Yep, and that's one of the things also is when you get into
Thanks,
it,
Nemesis.
you're
Appreciate
like, play styles and humor and stuff like that have to mesh. Like you could have some of the best friends in the world, but when they want to get into streaming with you, you got to make sure that you actually mesh up. Like if you had that problem, I'll be in like I'll have people that are like, "Yo, I want to get into streaming too. You do it. Let's play." And like I'll play with them, and then I'll see what type of gamer they are, and it's like, "Fuck, man, I really like you." But our
Right.
styles don't mesh.
I mean that
And like,
that happens with me and Sugar. Like I cannot play Apex with her. I love her to death, but we do not play Apex well together. It's just not a thing.
yep.
Like it's just we have similar but different play styles. I love you, dear. It's true though. We have had this conversation. I can play Fortnite with her and we can do duos, great. But for whatever reason, Apex is just a different animal, you know. And there's going to be that with other people. Like you may not like a certain like. I would be a terrible person to play Overwatch with because you know Overwatch is terrible. But that's not the point, right? Like we're not going to do that. And I have a bit of a history. People know that I've had some bad co-streams with some people. You think that you can get along with somebody, and then something will happen, and it'll start to rip, and it'll start to fracture, and then all of a sudden you're in this awkward place where you're like, I'm in this co-stream, and I don't know if I should leave or not. Like you should really like, and I knew that person really well, so you can't even avoid it. Even if you do make all those necessary, sometimes it'll still happen, but it happens far less if you communicate those things in advance. That's just it. Like communication is so key. Whether it's communicating through social media to alert your followers of whatever you're doing, or whether it's communicating with your coworkers, which other streamers are your coworkers, especially when you're in the partnership program. We're coworkers. We are all employed by Microsoft in an independent contractor capacity. We are coworkers. So if we have issues between each other, that gets resolved through management, right? Like that actually goes up to management if they get ear of it, and then it comes downhill, right? So there's all kinds of different things that go into it. If you can't have productive meetings, productive conversations with these people, then you have to start working on your own communication skill set. So you're a better broadcaster, so you're a better coworker, so you're a better supporter, or even in the case of some people, like if you're leading the charge on a particular cause, or you're leading the charge on a particular campaign or a game release. I mean, like Poots is trying really hard to like be a big part of the Bless community. He wants a big Bless community, and I'm all about that. Like, let's do that. Like, let's take the charge, and we'll promote a good, positive, blessed community when that comes out. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the Real Life Project, or it doesn't matter if a new game comes out. It doesn't matter what. You still have to be able to communicate effectively among those moving parts in order for that to experience some measure of success for everyone involved. And when you take that leadership role, you're putting that on your shoulders to make that happen.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you're extra good at it.
You got to be able to handle that, because not a lot of people realize what type of stress that is. When I applied, I think what time did I get? Which one did I get partnered? I got partnered on the fourth try. which
Oh.
that's also a thing. I think it was the 4th try.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, dude. So I'm at, like, that's why I was telling Sugar. I was like, look, you got this. There's going to be a point where they just can't say no. Because 4 tries to get it, and I met it every single time. Just small things on each of the ones before. But I what was it? Shit. Sorry, I kind of blanked there. Fuck! I forgot where I was going.
It's a little bit of effort each time. It's making those necessary. Like Asika of all people, I think she was 3 or 4 tries, right? Like she didn't get it instantly. I got lucky and we got in during a soft Grimlocks here, right? 4th attempt because 2 and 3 were bullshit. But yeah, Grim, everyone feels like their denials are bullshit, right? Like, and you don't have proof of why they denied you. You have a very strong theory, but everyone feels like it's bullshit when they get denied past the first one. I know a handful of partners who feel that same way. I know a few partner or non-partners who are feeling that way right now, right? Like they have here, like, I can't even tell you. I was on channel 1 something. Well, I'm not going to tell you which channel 1 because I don't want anyone to go back and try and figure out who the hell I'm talking about. I saw a partner who did not deserve it. Period. And they are representing us on one of Mixer's primary platforms. Like, and I see that all the time. But then we'll turn around and we'll see other non-partners. I was on channel 1 last night too. So you know what? Maybe I'm talking about me. You don't know. I ain't qualified. But like, I'm talking like grainy camera, shitty green screen, no overlay, no bio. That's what I saw, and this is a partner. So there's a lot of reasons to feel like things are bullshit. Again, trying to go the extra mile to communicate effectively. Sugar is going to take it into her own hands and escalate it beyond the onboarding team. I escalated it beyond the onboarding team. I went right to my Pam and went like, what's going on? And I'm going to have to do it again because I've seen an influx of these very strange partnerships. Talking 480 video, grainy ass camera, an overlay attempt, but I wouldn't call it professional. Like there's just nothing. There's no substance to them. Like a plain text panel. That's it. Like here's 3 lines. Hi, I'm Doug. I like video games. I don't eat my crayons. Right? Like that's.
Phil, you got partner?
What?
His name's Doug.
Oh. I just pulled a random name out of the hat. Christ. Whoops. So
that's
like
great.
That's like again knowing the steps of communication. Like even like this is something basic in communication, chain of command. Chain of command is a basic communication function. You tried the onboarding team. We escalated it to the Mixer Pam team. We're going to escalate it to the Mixer Pam head of management. And then I'm going to have some real questions at the next PAX if I see some more things. And look, you can ask the monetization team. You can ask the PR teams if they know my name, and they probably do, because I am hard to avoid it face-to-face. Like, I'm hard to avoid anyway, but face-to-face, if I've got your eye contact, we're going to have this conversation right now on my terms, because if you blow me off, I will blow up, and I won't blow up on you. I'll blow up on your platform. I'll blow up everywhere I'm able, and you can't cease and desist me, because I will make sure it's all within guidelines.
You blow up on the platform? What?
That's never happened before.
Wait.
Never.
No.
Not me? No. I've never used my platform ever. So, yeah. That VOD's super strong, by the way.
Oh, dude. The last, that one, they like, I had people come to me and they're like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, man, you're asking the keg of dynamite. What happened to the first keg of dynamite? What do you think I'm gonna say? Like, come on, man.
Oh, I mean, people. Here's the funny thing about that, right? I explode and nobody asks me shit. Like, I don't have any DMs. Like, Nomad's talking to me. Sugar, like Sugar's telling me people are talking to her. Nomad's like people talking to him. You've got people talking to you. Ain't nobody come to me and go, yo, You know, like everyone does this. Like everyone's so fucking brave on the internet all the goddamn time. But when it comes to like confronting somebody on a personal level, we still haven't even figured that out in text. Should have had a fucking V8. Like, just come to me. Like, you want to know? I was pissed because I don't understand how Sugar's not partner. Like, I don't get it. That was the line for me that day. And now it cascaded into some more shit. But when she got denied again, and I went and I turned around and I saw on Twitter a bunch of people with 2, 3, 4, 5,000 followers and a concurrent viewership of about 15 to 20 getting partner, while she's over there with 40 concurrent and 10,000 plus followers and branding out the ass and effort and energy and already has her own partnerships. How the fuck do you say no to that? How?
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Very carefully.
Like, I don't understand how Pixelette's not partner. Please explain that to me. That girl's got 100 people in her channel at a given time. How?
Yep.
Right? So, like, and that's the thing, like, when you're in my community, like, when you're in my worldview, you get into that inner circle. I am fiercely, fiercely loyal, right? You get into that inner circle, I will go to bat for you. I don't care. I went to Christina about Sugar. I went to my Pam. I risked the channel to go to my Pam for Sugar because it doesn't make sense to me. Makes sense to the rest of the world because we as partners are supposed to put out solid advice. People come to us. They don't come to you. We are the face of your brand. People, younger streamers who have aspirations, they're not asking the Pam team or the Cat team or whomever about how they need to get to partnership. They throw out their application, they get a generic ass onboarding response and nothing else. There's no review, no real review. There's no appeal process to get further input. All they do is give you some hackney generic responses, and people are supposed to grow from that. No, we take that burden on. And if I'm going to take that burden on because you guys can't figure out what a good partner looks like, then yeah, I've got questions. I've got some questions. Because how am I supposed to direct people if you're not telling us what the hell's going on? Because it damn sure ain't what's on your website right now.
Yep.
What you've got inside of your Zendesk bullshit is not lining up with everything else. So please help us understand so we can help them understand. Because you're not doing it. You're not even bothering to write them a goddamn response email, even though you kicked the timer back to 3 months from a month. Right? Like, how are they supposed to do anything? Are they going to spin their wheels for 3 months and hope they get it right? Or are they just going to copycat everyone on the platform hoping that works? Because neither of that is good for the platform. Tell us what you want. Be specific. If you're going to take away the concurrent count, right? If that's going to come away, then what is it replaced with? What have you left for it? Like, okay, you've got 2,000 followers and you stream 25 hours a month and okay, you qualify to be partner. No, they don't.
Nope.
No, they sure as shit don't. If you can't spell it out in plain terms, what you were looking for in your employees, why the hell are you hiring in the first place? And don't tell me you're not hiring because I've seen new partners come in doing a subpar job. Is it a diversity thing? Do you need more people from other countries? Right? Like, are you purposely going after international folks? Are you only bringing in people from other platforms to try and draw their audience in? Is it because they are a celebrity like an AJ Styles or a Baron Corbin or a Snoop Dogg? Is that who we're partnering now? Because I really want to know. Because I want to know. I want to know what it takes to become a partner on this platform. So when people come to me with their hopes and dreams and I have to crush them, I at least have a good response for them. Rant over.
Scooter, I don't want your pity now.
Rant over.
There you go.
No, I'm not in rage mode. Like, here's the thing. Like, I get really irritated when things don't make sense, right? Like, I'm a pretty reasonable, logical dude. Appeal to my senses, and I will be right there with you. When things don't make sense, and then I get run around and I start spinning, right? Like, we're all going, look, you see where this is? Right next to my head. I will start going crazy, spinning circles. We all do it. Because how am I supposed to... Like, I like to fancy myself a positive community leader. I want to help other people achieve their partnership, help them reach their goals, help them reach their dreams. How can I do that if you're constantly changing things on us? You're changing the narrative. You're like, we have this script, and then you flip it, and we're supposed to know that with no indicators, no notice, no. This isn't something they talk about to us in the town hall forums, guys. Like, this is not something we know about. This isn't something they're announcing to us. It's just something that is. They just make it happen, right? All of a sudden, here's a new thing. Here's how we're changing stuff. Here's what's going on. Sometimes we get notice on that. Sometimes that happens in the town halls, but many times it just, okay, into the ether. Well, here's what's going to happen. You're just going to have to adapt. Well, when that burden falls to us, like people asking why they're denied partnership or what our advice is to getting partnership, well, I know it worked for me a year ago, but nothing is the same from a year ago. When I got partnered, everything is different. Everything.
Shit, for me,
different.
when I got partnered in January, it's different now. Like, I like to think, like, most of us, like, especially with the stream team, we have, like, the same, well, not same, but we're from the same cut, you know? Like, a lot of our stuff is similar. Like, everything that I did in January is kind of like what Sugar's doing now, you know? Like, hers, we actually applied at the same time, and we both should have been in right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is what, like, it makes no sense. And it also comes down to the fact that you have the review team being not on the same page.
I am the hype!
Whatsoever. Like, it's, I don't know. The way I've been describing it, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of a dumpster fire right now, you know?
What's going on, Troy?
It's got me for a loss, and like you said, like, it's spinning right here, and it's driving slowly. It's maddening just by the fact that, like, nothing's on one level. Nothing is concise.
And yes, dear. But yes, dear, also to Kirby. But it comes full circle to what we started with, right? Like, bad advice, right? I don't want to give bad advice. That's why we're talking about bad advice. But we're in a weird place right now with the platform where we don't know what advice to give because things are changing behind the scenes. And they talk about transparency. Well, this is part of our job, whether you guys want it to be or not. We're out on the floor. We have to answer these questions. Oh, do you know how many rejection letters I've seen? More than I care to admit. And I was like, here's what I did. Here's what worked for me. But I'll tell you, it's a completely different system now. I have no idea if it'll work. I have no idea what works anymore. So you want to preach transparency to us? Tell us what we're supposed to tell them. Can we have a town hall where onboarding shows up? I got some questions. I don't have questions. I have some questions about, the monetization team. I got some questions, and I talked to Reed, and I got some answers from that, right? I see where they're going, and I'm on board, right? Improved analytics, improved opportunities for monetization, like all the stuff he talked about at PAX East sounds good, right? All right, I'm on board with that. Here's the problem, and this comes back to Grimlock's beef with onboarding. You get an onboarding agent each time, and it could be a different person reviewing your shit each time. How is somebody supposed to know if you're making the progress? How is somebody supposed to know that you're making the appropriate steps? Where is everything being funneled to? Are these automated responses, or are you actually just copy and pasting? I need to know what's going on, because it feels like copy pasta, right? Like this segment and then this segment, and I don't know if that's an algorithm or someone going, well, okay, here are my notes. I graded the paper as such. Now let me reach over to this monitor, copy, paste, slap, copy, paste, slap, copy, paste, slap, done, out. Right?
See, and that's with my onboarding process. My first 3 were the same person. My 4th one, completely different. I was in 3 days. My button dropped the same day that they told me that I would get my button in a week.
I mean, it's very strange to me that, like, these things would change so drastically, right? Like, we have 40 plus concurrent viewers on Fortnite, Apex, and all other top 10 games, and 20 is kind of a low bar for every other game. Sorry, it is, guys. It's really low. It's a really low bar. It doesn't take anything to get 20 viewers. It takes time and community building. But if you're entertaining or you're good at leading people, organizing raids, getting groups together to do something, if you are good in like event coordination, because that's a big part of this job, right? Getting everybody together for raids, getting everybody together for events, getting everyone together. You have to be able to get people together and give them a reason to be there. If you're good at that, you can make something happen. The problem is once you get to that point and you want to apply for partnership, like where's the bar? Because I don't think it's 2,000. I think 2,000 followers is way too low. I think 2,000 followers is incredibly low. I think 25 hours streamed per month is incredibly low for a partner. I do.
Partner.
Like, an affiliate? Sure.
It's a job.
A partner? I'm expecting you to work at least 60 hours a month. There, I said it. 60 hours a month. A month. A month. Not a week. A month. That's not hard. That's 15 hours. That's a part-time job. 60 hours a month. Right? You can put it down to 40. That's fine. But 2,000 followers? Everybody and their mother can get 2,000 followers. All you got to do is do follow for follow on a goddamn Reddit thread. It takes nothing. Now, granted, they're not just grading you on your follower account, but that's how people think. The way you present your qualifications is how people think because it came straight from your mouth.
And that's also another thing is they're like, we got rid of the concurrent viewership. We just have this partner or this number of followers, but then they come back and they hit you with you don't have the right concurrent viewership for this. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? You just said you got rid of the concurrent viewership.
But
you just said,
those are your words.
How do you figure? Yeah, your words, your exact words. And then you come back to me a week later and say, you don't have the right concurrent viewership, which I wouldn't have put in if
you had known.
Yeah. I wouldn't make myself look dumb like that.
And then they wouldn't be. And here's another thing: they're shooting themselves in the foot. You wouldn't be bombarded with application emails if you had a concurrent number on there.
Yep.
Fact.
Yep.
That's a fact because you didn't before when you had that number. When we had to have 30 concurrent, good God, did I make us wait for months before I applied?
Yep.
Really had to have my arm twisted into it because I still thought we weren't ready. Just happened to get in a soft period of onboarding. We would not have qualified. With those numbers in today's environment, we wouldn't be partner. Now, granted, we've grown into our partnership, which is maybe part of what needs to happen. But at the same time, like if you have applicant A and applicant B is so much more ready, it's like drafting. There you go. The NFL draft, right? Your first round picks are guys that are going to play on day one, who are going to be in training camp competing for spots. You want a B team? You want a developmental team? Get an affiliate program.
See, and they could they could still keep it with the partnership. They could be like, you got partnership, but here's how partnership, they need to rework the way that partnership runs because you could have it to where, you got partnership, but your partner managers are actually going to know what you're doing, okay? Which would cut down on the amount of partners, which I think for a site this size,
I am a steaming cauldron of sexual needs and desires right now, and I want a wool sock!
I think that they should have it to where you get partnership and you have to meet a fucking criteria after. You don't just get tossed out into the world and you can do whatever. If you don't meet the criteria, you don't do the work that a
quotas
partner
and
should
whatnot.
be doing. You're fucking dropped.
Yeah,
you have to work back into it.
I think there should be somewhere in the middle, right? Like, yes, offboarding is a thing. And I had to ask that question point blank at PAX. So there is an offboarding process. The point is, though, like you have all these partners, right? You have 1,000+ partners now, like almost 2,000 partners now. How many partners do we have? Actually, a lot, a fucking lot, right? So how many of them are working hand in hand with Microsoft? I can name a handful of people I see at PAXs who are busting their ass. I can name people who are actively engaging their partner managers and who aren't just there for the minimal paycheck that you get. That's why you need, like, I used to not like the idea of an affiliate tier, but the more and more and more I engage in the partnership program, like I see other partners, they're just doing their thing, getting their check, and that's all they do. There's no greater good. There's no community service. There's no whatever the case might be. There's no growing the platform, right? There's minimal social media exposure. And I'm not saying that you have to hit all of these criteria, but do one of them, right? How are you going to better the platform? We do a community service. That's what our thing is. We do community service. Fine. That's our thing. That's what we're focused on. But at least my partner manager knows that. We're working together on that because I am in her emails all the fucking time. But there are people who take and I used to not. Like a year ago, I was not all about like getting in Wes's email all the time. I was like, okay, he's a busy guy. I'll let him do his thing, right? Now I talk to multiple partner managers. They want us to be in their emails to keep tabs on us. If we don't let them know what we're doing, because they're inundated with so many goddamn partners. Each one of them has 100, 200, 300 partners that they're managing. They can't go in and individually check up. And I get that. However, you should still, every 3 months, at least pop in on all of them at least once and see their content.
Yep.
And
and then that holds them to a standard too. Like if they can't do it, then why the fuck are they?
Well, there needs to be a coaching process, right? Like I'm not saying like just drop them like a bad habit, right? Like crack down, yes. Crack down and just boot them? Yeah. No. Here's an opportunity. No. Here's where you're at. Here's a review process. You're on like 3-month watch, and if you don't get your numbers back up, or if you're not more active in this field or do this thing, or you get back to your roots for the reasons we partnered you, then like we should be 25 hours a month is a joke for a partner. Yeah. For an affiliate, that's fine. For a partner, for someone who is a contracted employee of yours, for fuck's sake, hold us to a higher standard. I want to be held to a higher standard. I do. And I work my ass off for this.
Yep.
I mean, they do.
Completely behind that.
I just want to see, I want to see them care as much as their partners do in some facets, right? Like, I'm not saying that Mixer doesn't care. Please do not misconstrue my words, people. Mixer cares. Yep. They really do. They're very invested in the partnership program. I just feel like they're wasting a lot of their own time, right? They're wasting a lot of our time with these 90-day layover periods because you have too many applications coming in. That's here. Like, number one, eliminate paperwork. You know why they don't do dashboard anymore? It's not because they can't do it. It's because they don't want to do the paperwork. Well, then why the hell don't you have a concurrent number on your FAQs about partnership? Because that would eliminate 80% of your paperwork. You know how you can know? Measure the metrics before you had concurrent and after. And then tie in the amount of platform growth. And it's basic economics. It's not hard.
See, fuck. I had something that was good.
What are they, butt touches? Because I'm interested. I felt that.
Good. Let me see. With expanding employment for PAMs. First, what they need to do with that is they need to add more teams. What I was thinking. And what gets me is they have to start focusing this stuff now. If they don't focus it, I just read an article, we got a cryptic fucking message in ours. Yo, hi.
What up, dude?
You read the title? The title is called Two Powder Kegs Walk Into a Bar. Hi! Okay, so, what happens, though, is, if you need to have this stuff focused. You need to build it. If you're not building it right, then it's going. We're going to be the Microsoft Zune. Okay. How many of you guys have a fucking Zune? You don't. You have fucking iPods. All right. See, what's happening though is I just read an article that said they were talking about how they just made cuts to the original Mixer I don't fucking know. I guess it's like the shows, okay? The host, the fucking Xboxer insider. All right? But the thing is, every fucking article said that what is the long-term viability of Mixer? Because they're comparing us to Twitch. We have to be compared to that, all right? I think we're above YouTube, okay? Don't get me wrong, YouTube's huge for watching videos, but their streaming service is a fucking dumpster fire because, well, YouTube hates content creators in the first place.
Well, so does Facebook.
They don't like paying people.
However, you're looking at audience volume at that point, right? Because Mixer's trying to
Yep.
drive us just to the Xbox console. Now, granted, they say they want us to be greater, bigger, more than just an Xbox, but we're native on the Xbox console. And that's really the way most people find Mixer, because otherwise they're going to Twitch because all their friends are watching Twitch. So
Yeah.
we're not even in the same stratosphere as Twitch. We don't need to be having those conversations.
No.
What we need to be focusing on is infrastructure. And like I complain about infrastructure, like, and people just get these grandiose ideas. You have to form a base. Every year over the Real Life Project, I've added staff. I have worked on adding this person, so that when we go from 20 to 50 streamers, we have a support staff in place to help answer their questions. Because I, as a single individual, cannot handle 50 streamers asking me questions about one project. And now you're going to tell me that the PAM teams, 3, 4 deep, are supposed to handle 200, 300, 400 partners about every fucking different subject under the sun? I can tell you that's not viable. I can tell you that's not viable right now. Focus on your offboarding. While you're focusing on your offboarding, get rid of all, like, put those quotas in place. That's what he's at. Like, you're right. Quotas. Put those quotas in place. The end. That's number one. Then change your partnership requirements publicly. Let it publicly be known what they are. And then before you start bringing in all the new applicants, right? You handle your offboarding process. I don't care if you freeze partnership for 2, 3, 4, 6 months solid and just say, we are trimming the fat.
Yep.
Do that. Please do that. Please do that. Now, also in this vein, the creation of a secondary monetization product. Because I know partnership in part is monetization. Like just bringing in partners is part of monetization. But you can't figure out which partners will monetize for you because you have one who is killing it on Embers for All that you won't partner 3 times over. Killing it on, so if it's about money, what is it about at that point? What is it about? So clean it up.
I mean, shit, if anything, it should be about money. I hate it.
It should be. We want it to be viable.
The fucking that's what keeps
That keeps us going.
That
keeps us going. It keeps the company going. It keeps Microsoft wanting to continue to invest in it. Money matters. So you got this Embers for All program. Mixer, I'm telling you right now, you have this Embers for All program right now. You should take, what they take, 4,000 people? Was that it? 4,000? Is that my understanding?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
take the top 100 to 200 and groom them to be partners. Period, because they're money makers. Everyone else, thank you for participating. If we have more programs, we'll keep in touch with you. We have you on a list, and we will keep you on a short list for future partnership opportunities. When you apply, we will keep this in mind. Thank you for doing your service. Those 100, 200 people who are your money makers, all right, put your arm around them if you're worried about money, because they're making you money. They are selling a shit product, because Embers is shit. Sorry. Yeah. It's great that it's secure, but if I got to spend $2 to get $1.60 back, why am I spending money to not get money or to give money, right? Like the fees are a little crazy, guys. Like, I want to sell your product. Believe me, I do. I love that I have a secure method of getting payment. That way, when some idiot's like, 1v1 me for $1,000, I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll 1v1 you. Give me $1,000 in advance in Embers so I know you're not going to blow a charge back. Shithead. But you can't sit there and go 40% is worth security. It's not. It is not. So you need to figure that out. May want to check the secure now. Oh, are you serious? They're having chargebacks on Embers? Stupid. Stupid. People are stupid. Why are chargebacks even a thing? If it's authorized, the end. The end. If you authorize the transaction, the end. Sorry. You lost your fucking credit card or you had it stolen? You should have, like, I know that I have taken out insurance plans on my stuff. Like, if I have my identity theft issues, then boom, I got insurance to cover that. It shouldn't be on us or on Mixer or Microsoft. Not for you losing your card. Dum-dum. Keep your card in your wallet. Don't sign up for Pornhub with your credit card. That's dumb.
Wait, what? You don't?
No, don't. You don't. You do not. No.
Fuck, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go get I like how that was a cum shot there, too.
Right?
Yikes.
Drake, you might want to fix it.
All right, fixing the card. Oh, it's all over her face. His face.
Oh, wrong one.
Nah, that seems accurate. We're almost there.
Overlay?
Yeah, all right, well, we ranted. I think I'm good. I got it off my chest. There's a lot of stupidity out there, and it's just mind-blowing. And whether it's Mixer stupidity or streamer stupidity or new streamer stupidity, there's just a lot of stuff that was under my skin today.
It's a combination of it all, man. Nice.
Nice. Is that what we're at? We're at 69? Yeah. Me and Kirby 69. Let's go. Yeah. What you know about
PAX
that life?
West is gonna be lit.
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be super fun. Did you talk to Doc yet? Are you staying with us, him, or do you have lodging?
Oh no, I have family in Seattle.
Oh, okay, good. I don't want to crash with Doc. I want to crash with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna sleep on your family's floor. That's how this is going down. Shit, I don't even have fuck all plugged in for Destiny 2. Like
that. So the plan tonight, guys, is we're gonna be doing some of that D2, which that's actually a game that I'm looking at. When you were saying Poots wants to build the community with it, I want to build positive in my own special way. What? Oh, okay, man, get the fuck off of me. Okay, first off, you knew my plans. Second off, you better keep that shit out of the chat.
Oh, I hear it. Oh, yes. All right. Cool deal.
I think I won't. I haven't seen Red since I timed him out for 5 minutes. Red, you there, boo-boo?